Let's go! The EUC, app ecosystem mess, why official EUC apps suck and why you need third-party software. You spend thousands of dollars on a machine that balances on a single tire using literal spaceship technology. You put on your full protective gear looking like a tactical ninja just to go some milk. You are feeling good. You are feeling unstoppable. Then you bring this majestic beast home and you realize that to actually change the headlights or adjust the foot pedals, you have to download an official app that looks like it was coded by an angry middle school student in 1999. It makes absolutely no sense. These companies can manufacture a motor that spins fast enough to launch a human being into low Earth orbit, but they cannot design a digital slider button that functions on a touchscreen. You open the factory app and the first thing it asks you to do is create an account. Why does my unicycle need my email address? Is the wheel going to send me spam? Is it going to sign me up for a newsletter about rubber tires? Then comes the registration process. You are standing there in your living room sweating through your leather jacket while the app completely refuses to register your email. The Bluetooth pairing screen just spins and spins like a broken ceiling fan. You restart your phone. You turn the wheel off and on. You do a little sacrificial dance in front of the tire. Nothing works. The wheel is sitting right next to your foot, but the phone acts like it is trying to connect to a satellite orbiting Jupiter. When you finally get into the official software, you realize the translation is completely unhinged. You want to change your riding mode from soft to hard, but the option on the screen literally says strong mode. Another button just says feel weakening. You are terrified to touch anything because you do not know if a button is going to change the taillight color or activate the self-destruct sequence. The biggest nightmare with the official software is the dreaded firmware update. You are just trying to get a small bug fix, but the app forces you to download a new operating system directly to the wheel. You press update and the progress bar gets to 99% and then it just freezes. The app crashes. Your expensive high-tech machine is now completely bricked. It turns into a very heavy, very awkward doorstop. The official app just gives you an error message that says connection lost, good luck. If you actually manage to go out for a ride, the real-time data tracking is an absolute joke. You will be flying down the road at 30 miles an hour and you look down at the official app to check your battery percentage. 1 second it says you have 80% battery left. You blink your eyes and look again and now it says you have 12%. You start panicking thinking the battery is leaking electricity into the street. Then you stop at a red light and the percentage jumps back up to 95. It is not a battery gauge, it is a random number generator. The alarm systems in these standard apps will drive a person completely insane. They have these safety speed warnings that sound like a dying smoke detector inside your backpack. You cannot change the volume and you cannot change the tone. You are just trying to enjoy a nice peaceful cruise through a park and your wheels start screaming at you because you hit 15 miles an hour. Everyone walking their dogs looks at you like you are riding a stolen piece of hospital equipment. That is exactly why everyone flees toward third-party software like DarknessBot or EUC World. The community had to step up because the multi-million-dollar manufacturers simply abandoned the digital landscape. When you open a third-party app, it is like walking out of a chaotic circus and into a luxury hotel. The interface actually makes sense. The buttons are where they are supposed to be. The connection happens instantly before you even finish turning the wheel on. Third-party software actually understands how batteries work. These apps calculate your remaining range based on your real-world riding style and your actual weight instead of some imaginary mathematical equation cooked up in a corporate laboratory. If you are going up a massive hill, the third-party app adjusts the calculations to show you the truth so you do not end up stranded 5 miles from home pushing a 100-pound chunk of metal up a mountain. The customization options in the community software are beautiful. You can set up smart alarms that speak to you through your helmet speakers. Instead of a horrific high-pitched beep that gives you a panic attack, a calm voice tells you that you are approaching 80% of the motor capacity. That is the kind of information that saves your teeth from meeting the asphalt. It turns a dangerous guessing game into a precise science. The logging features on these independent apps are incredible. They track your voltage dips and your temperature spikes with beautiful graphs that you can actually read. You can see exactly how hard you push the motor on that last acceleration. The official apps do not want you to see that data because they do not want you to know how close you came to overpowering the electronics. The third-party software gives you the truth because the developers actually ride these machines themselves. It is a beautiful thing when a community of passionate nerds fixes the mistakes of a massive corporation. You buy the hardware from the factory, but you get the brain from the writers who know the struggle of a sudden cutout. Without that independent software, we would all be riding around with flashing error lights and completely incorrect speedometers. The third-party developers are the real heroes keeping us balanced on one wheel. The factory application is an absolute masterclass in psychological warfare. You try to look at your trip history to see how far you traveled on your weekend adventure, and the app tells you that your total distance is 7 million miles. You just bought the wheel yesterday. You look at the top speed log and it claims you reached 400 miles an hour while crossing a neighborhood intersection. You are apparently breaking the sound barrier on a bicycle path, and the software thinks that is completely normal data. If you try to use the built-in navigation map on an official app, you are entering a whole new dimension of confusion. The map screen is usually just a giant blank white void with a little blue dot floating in the middle of nothingness. There are no street names, there are no landmarks, and there are no roads. It looks like a map of the North Pole during a blizzard. If you zoom out, the entire app crashes and takes your phone operating system down with it. The social media features inside these manufacturer apps are an even bigger disaster. They try to build an exclusive digital club where riders can share photos and chat with each other across the globe. You click on the global feed and it is just hundreds of automated spam posts, broken text characters, and random pictures of factory floors. If you try to post a picture of your own wheel, the image gets stretched out until your tire looks like a giant squashed pancake. The smartwatch integration is where the true comedic tragedy happens. You want to see your current speed on your wrist so you do not have to pull your massive phone out of your pocket while balancing on a single point of contact. You install the official Watch Companion app and it displays the text in a font size so incredibly small you need a jeweler loop attached to your helmet just to read it. By the time you squint hard enough to see if you are speeding, you have already ridden directly into a trash can. When you make the switch to a third-party application, the difference is like turning on a light in a dark basement. The developers of these independent programs actually understand that a person riding an electric unicycle needs to know information instantly. The display screens are massive, bold, and high contrast. You can glance down for a fraction of a second and immediately know your exact motor temperature, your current amperage draw, and your true safety margin. The community software gives you total control over the personality of your machine. If you want the foot pedals to tilt backward by exactly 2 degrees when you accelerate past 25 miles an hour, you can just slide a bar and save the setting. The factory app would require you to submit a service ticket, update your home address, and restart your wheel 4 times just to change a single pedal angle parameter. The safety diagnostics in third-party software are a literal lifesaver for your body. The independent applications monitor individual cell health inside your battery packs. If one single cluster of cells is dropping voltage faster than the others, the app flags it and warns you before you ever step foot on the pedal. The official app will happily let you ride out into traffic with a defective battery pack until the wheel completely shuts off at maximum speed. The way these independent programs handle audio alerts is pure genius. You can connect the app directly to a Bluetooth earpiece and customize your notifications like a personal flight instructor. You can set the system to whisper a subtle tone every time your battery drops by 10%. You can have a voice count down your remaining miles when you are running low on juice. It turns the entire riding experience into a high-tech interactive cockpit instead of a terrifying guessing game. The independent developers also understand that riders love to look at statistics after a long day of exploring. You get detailed breakdowns of your efficiency scores showing you exactly how many watt hours you consumed per mile. You can compare your morning commute data with your evening cruise to see how much the headwind affected your motor efficiency. It gives you a deep understanding of your machine that the manufacturer apparently wanted to keep a secret. It is truly hilarious that the survival of a cutting-edge transportation industry relies on independent hobbyists writing code in their spare time. The corporate giants build these incredible machines with massive batteries and insane torque, and then they leave the digital keys in the hands of people who do not even ride. Without the third-party software creators, the entire community would be stranded on the side of the road staring at spinning loading screens. They are the ones who actually gave these incredible machines a brain. Thanks for watching.